Grizz the bear was very hungry. His tummy rumbled loud, echoing through the quiet forest. It had been a while since he had a good meal, and the hunger was starting to make him feel weak. "What can I eat?" he wondered, his mind racing through the possibilities. Grizz sniffed the air, hoping to catch a whiff of something delicious. Suddenly, he smelled ripe berries. The sweet scent was irresistible. Grizz followed his nose eagerly, his mouth watering at the thought of the juicy berries. It led him deeper into the forest, where the trees grew taller and the undergrowth thicker. The path was winding and mysterious, but Grizz was determined. He could almost taste the berries now. He hummed a happy tune, his spirits lifting with each step. The sunlight filtered through the trees, casting a warm glow on his fur. It felt like an adventure, and Grizz loved adventures. Soon, he found a berry bush, nestled among the lush greenery. The sight of the berries made his heart leap with joy. The bush was full of juicy red berries, glistening in the sunlight. "Yum," thought Grizz, his excitement growing. They looked so delicious and ripe, perfect for a hungry bear like him. He reached for a big one, his paw trembling with anticipation. The berry was plump and red, just waiting to be eaten. But then, he saw it. Something moved in the shadows, catching Grizz's eye. He froze, his heart pounding. What could it be? Another animal? A friend or a foe? The forest was full of surprises. A single berry glowed on the bush, standing out like a tiny beacon in the dense forest. Its light was mesmerizing, almost as if it held a secret within. It shimmered with golden light, casting a magical aura around the surrounding leaves. The sunlight seemed to dance off its surface, creating a spectacle of nature's beauty. Grizz had never seen anything like it. His eyes widened in amazement. "Wow!" he gasped, unable to tear his gaze away from the glowing berry. The berry seemed to pulse with magic, each glow a heartbeat of enchantment. It was as if the forest itself was alive and breathing through this tiny fruit. Grizz felt strangely drawn to it, an irresistible pull that urged him to come closer. His curiosity was piqued, and he couldn't help but wonder what made this berry so special. He had to taste it. The anticipation built up inside him as he imagined the flavors that awaited. What kind of magic could this berry hold? Grizz carefully plucked the glowing berry, his paw trembling slightly with excitement. He handled it with the utmost care, not wanting to damage its delicate glow. It felt warm in his paw, a comforting heat that spread through his fur. The warmth was soothing, almost as if the berry was alive and sharing its energy with him. He took a deep breath and popped it into his mouth. The taste was amazing. It was unlike anything he had ever experienced before. Sweet and tangy, like sunshine and honey, the flavors exploded in his mouth. Each bite was a burst of joy, filling him with an indescribable happiness. Grizz felt a warmth spread through his body, a gentle heat that made him feel alive and connected to the forest. It was a moment of pure bliss, one he would never forget. Suddenly, Grizz felt different. He felt strong. He looked at his paws. They seemed bigger. He roared, and his roar shook the trees. Grizz ran to a giant boulder. He had always struggled to move it. Now, he felt like he could lift it. He wrapped his paws around the rock. With a mighty heave, he lifted it high above his head. Grizz couldn't believe his strength. Section 4. Helping Friends. In the heart of the forest, where the sunlight danced through the leaves and the air was filled with the sounds of chirping birds and rustling leaves, lived a bear named Grizz. He was known for his strength and kind heart. Just then Grizz heard a cry. It was a sound that pierced through the usual tranquility of the forest, a desperate plea for help. It was Millie the mouse. She was one of the smallest creatures in the forest, but her heart was as big as any. She was trapped under a fallen branch. The branch was heavy, and Millie was struggling to free herself. "Millie, help!" she squeaked, her tiny voice filled with fear and desperation. Grizz knew he had to use his strength to help. He couldn't bear to see his friend in distress. He rushed to Millie's side, his powerful legs carrying him swiftly through the forest. With one paw, Grizz lifted the heavy branch. His muscles rippled as he effortlessly moved the obstacle. It was like lifting a twig. Grizz's strength was unmatched in the forest. Millie scurried out, safe and sound. "Millie, thank you, Grizz," she squeaked, her eyes shining with gratitude. Grizz felt good. It was nice to use his strength to help a friend. In that moment, Grizz realized that true strength wasn't just about physical power, but about using it to make a difference in the lives of others. The forest returned to its peaceful state, but the bond between Grizz and Millie grew stronger that day. Section 5. The magic fades. As the sun began to set, Grizz felt the magic fading. His strength was slowly returning to normal. He helped Millie gather berries for her family. Even though he was tired, Grizz felt happy. He realized that true strength wasn't just about being big and powerful, it was about helping others. Section 6. True Strength. Grizz walked back home, his heart full. He had learned a valuable lesson. He knew that even without the magic berry, he could still be strong. He could be strong by being kind, helpful, and brave. And that was a kind of magic all its own.